Terry Dwayne Asher here for you, with you, and about you on May 7th, 2026, here Thursday morning. We're putting together here a compilation of the work we've done for you just this morning. Make sure it stays in the right place, belonging to the owner, the original, and the right ones. As we started our news preaching for today here on May 7th, Thursday morning, and we started it under a different broadcast system. And now we're bringing it to you on this one. The reason why we're starting it again on a different broadcast system is just because they didn't want you to know that we knew from the very beginning. It was carrying out the plots today, Thursday, for the white men and attacking lives. You see what you don't know, or you often forget because it is not you that they're following. They want to get in by any means necessary. That means get inside of the presence. Get inside of the presence, which they wanted to be, get it in and be inside the home of Terry Dwayne Ashford so that they could steal something special from Wilma that they think is special because of their interpretation. I'm Terry Ashford reporting for you. We reported for you this morning here what was getting the day started and what was supposed to be the attacks for the hunky today. And they were to be, by any means necessary, the dirty Muslim man. The dirty black man who Terry Dwayne Ashford refuses to accept, not just in his life, but to accept being whoever they are. Terry Dwayne Asher refuses the black man as designed by the hunky. One of the reasons why we refuse that black man that is designed by the hunky, because that design by the hunky is made for the hunky. And everything that Terry Dwayne Asher has ever lived by, and living to love himself and living within his own skin, is defied by seeing the black man in action according to what he knows. It's all in according to what he knows that he acts out. And he is nothing but a hunky flunky. Just as Wilma said, I'm Terry Ashford reporting for you. We refuse to be of a hunky flunky of a Muslim given a badge to ride around the streets. We've already identified one of the Muslim officers who was placing those men on the street to carry out those plots. We suspect he would change his course now, and we'll be watching. Today's Thursday, May 7th, 2026 ordeal was supposed to be inundating Terry Dwayne Ashford with that black faggot man, aggressive Muslim of monkeys. This Muslim monkey is not to the trash trucks. Let me tell you why they're doing that. Because they are too illiterate to know anything. They are basing their actions on the lives that the hunky has given them. Even the instructions, even the thinking pattern, even what's what, and determining who's what. That black man Muslim is a fuck case of shit hell to Terry Dwayne Ashford. He's doing just like he's Bobby Conway. Yeah, Bobby Conway. He wants you to change, to be like him. Essentially what we're saying here is, we've summed it all up for you. That they saw the person in formulation, born as a child to Wilma. They saw him flourish. They saw him become the youngest, probably the youngest man of that particular area in the black form to succeed. The black Muslim then wanted to attack and change the plan that Terry Dwayne Ashford had for himself. You see, I woke up with a dream. Nobody gave me a dream. I woke up with a dream. And I followed the dream through the voice of what I considered at that time God. It's the only thing that I knew that could come to me in my dreams. When I closed my eyes, I woke up, had all the solutions and the answers. The only thing it could have been was God. God guided me to the success that brings about the Muslim, the black man jealousy. Because the black man lives in shit and holes and dungeons. Today we have for you here the stalking of the brown-skinned Muslim. Started at getting on that bus route 61, heading back toward this area across town early this morning between 4:30 and 5 a.m. That particular bus driver leaned forward into the face of Terry Dwayne Ashford walking into the bus. We ignored it, walked on back to our seat. Next thing that came up was a blocking. Yeah. The blacks, the dark-skinned blacks, saw that as intrusive and saw the plan for the brown-skinned Muslim shithead. And that's when the dark-skinned black came to intervene to block what they saw was an attack on the smaller guy, Terry Dwayne Ashford. Not even smaller guy, more attractive guy. They like me. The little faggot likes somebody and don't know how to deal with who he likes. He becomes a monkey. They saw that early in the morning and stood up there all the way until we got off. Our stop was the dark-skinned Muslim that was to send a signal to the brown-skinned Muslims. The brown-skinned Muslim is the ones for this particular day attached to Washington, D.C. Metropolitan Police, and we sniped for them. Everyone that was placed onto that bus on that particular first ride this morning were Muslim, dungeon hole Muslim, as if Terry Dwayne Ashford lives like that. As if that is offensive for the black man that shows his illiteracy. We have here a stalking car right here, 1 block up from Girard, 600 block of Girard Street, Northwest Washington, D.C. A stalking silver vehicle right here, right next to what used to be the Enterprise, stalking this particular report. We're going to close out this report. We're going to get this tag number first for you so that we can identify this stalking person. And then we're going to move on. Stalking, staking, and we have the Muslim in the silver. This particular one appears to be a Muslim woman. Appears to be a Muslim woman in this small silver sedan mapped to the hoodie that I have on early in the morning here from Street Now News. And we correct that. This particular stalker are Hispanics. Tag numbers, we're going to go ahead and notate it for you. It's a Virginia tag number. Virginia tag, here's the bus coming as well. TCD 4000 Virginia. And that's a Hyundai, a silver Hyundai. It's 2 Hispanics. I'm Terry Ashford reporting it for you. Right here at Girard Street, 700 block of Girard Street in Northwest Washington, D.C. We're reporting it for you. Right here. And there's no light here saying to stop. It's stalking me sitting right over there. Let's go ahead and grab this photograph for you. Then move on. TCD, Tom, Cat, and Dog, 4000 from Virginia, and a silver Honda. 2 Hispanic men, drivers in a red hoodie, and the passenger seat, it's a white t-shirt, black top hat. Girard Street, 700 block. I'm Terry Dwayne Ashford reporting that for you. We're sitting here watching this particular silver, appears to be a sedan vehicle here stalking in Washington, D.C., appearing to be from Virginia, a parallel line to the blue case. 2 Hispanic males, Tom, Cat, Dog, 4000 is the tag number, Virginia. that was carrying out this particular activity right here at Girard Street, at the 700 block of Girard Street, stalking Terry Dwayne Ashford for praying. We are reporting that for you so you can be with it, get it 11. So you got to hear from us. Right time at 5:41 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Those particular vehicle has now driven off when another Allied security drove up and shone the light on the white, blue, and black text lettering of Allied security. Two Allied security vehicles, one shone the light that prompted the little Hispanic specks to move on. I'm Terry Ashford reporting for you now. Have approached 600 block of Girard again, and we're heading back to get our things to move on. Taking us back to where it started there, it will be the Muslims that's carrying out that particular ordeal, and that particular situation occurred because of the color of my jersey, worn on this morning for warmth. We want to share with you here, it's the brown-skinned Muslims that was supposed to carry out the acts for the honkies today. And remember, the acts is all about the objective to get in so that they could steal and spy from the son of Wilma. Next thing we want to share with you about here is the Virginia tagged, their Jeep 051929 is that particular tag number, driven by two brown-skinned, appearing to be Muslims or Muslim-like men. Get out to flash their camaraderie toward each other after they've been mean-spirited to Terry Dwayne Ashford all of their lives. The mean-spirited now was to swap and say, we want you, after finding out where all the money is. For Street Now News, I'm Terry Ashford. Now they lie, they pretend, they put forth the facades and the images that tries to woo Terry Dwayne Ashford in their rims. I'm Terry Ashford here that's bringing it for you this morning, seeing it all in action. We've already notated that it is the black male Muslim through the Washington, D.C. Metropolitan Police that has their attempt on today, and this is not going to be the first attempt. This is the attempt that first tried to kidnap Terry Dwayne Ashford here at the Tina Gaston Bobby Conway ordeal. This particular gray Jeep mapped to two males that flashed their camaraderie toward each other. That could be everything from going into their own bedrooms, having sex, or being just friends. We already know what it is. You want what I got, and you want to appeal to me in whatever way you have interpreted this might be appealing to Terry Dwayne Ashford. You want to do all of that to get in now so you can steal. The point that we kind of make, that we are consistently made here, is they're trying to get in for the white people, for the white and the blue. You see, when you let them inside your house, you sleep with them inside your dwelling, your den, your pool room, your game room, you sleep with them, you befriend them, you hold hands with them. That's when the criminal can be superimposed as you, and you can be superimposed as the criminal. Shown here by the parking situation here, the Sahara Jeep, gray color Sahara Jeep Wrangler is now parked with a light shine up the back end of a Maryland tagged businessman. That particular Maryland tagged businessman appears to be sitting in the vehicle right now. Tag number is 4D E9540. 4D E9540 Maryland tag. I'm Terry Ashford bringing that to you for this particular vehicle, Superior Mechanical Services, 301-931-0100, where the Hispanic male appears to be sitting inside of the vehicle, the white vehicle with black and green lettering. I'm Terry Ashford reporting for you what it is. The butt fuck, the dookie digging is now centered on the white men following Terry Dwayne Ashford to get the dookie being dug out of asses by black Muslim men. And I'm reporting that for you. This particular white man is stashed right in front of this Allied security flashing green lights. Right here at Rentnell Howard Manor. I'm Terry Ashford reporting it for you. We move on from that white truck and that Allied security, where the Allied security now have another white van coming up to talk to them, as the Allied security is placed here right there in front of this white man in that Superior Mechanical Services truck that appeared to have been waiting for the Allied security, parked right here at 600 Girard Street. I'm Terry Asher reporting for you. A second vehicle has approached the Allied security that appeared to have been in waiting for a nice good old fuck by that white man in that white Ford. Right, their tag number on that, we've cited it already, that particular tag number. However, once again, it's 4D. Yeah, 4D, just like the police station. 4D E 9540 Maryland tag. For you, all about you, on this Thursday morning, we're going to sight here parked in front of this white man sitting inside of this white Ford vehicle at about 5 a.m. in the morning. He's been sitting here for a while now. Is a Nissan, a light blue Nissan from Virginia, tag TFC. That's Tom Frank Cat 6242 of Virginia. And there inside of that sedan vehicle right there for you of the Nissan emblem that Terry Ashford picked up on the ground, from the ground yesterday, of a wrecked vehicle, with the intention of using that Nissan emblem to develop something here. This particular blue Nissan is diverse brand car that has
3, 2, 1
is diverse brand car that has has the white Ford peering down his ass, sitting inside the car watching videos right here as we're passing along the street here. Is inside of that car a Hispanic male, and looking inside that car as we're passing, the Hispanic male has a camouflage color green hat on the passenger seat, where he's sitting on the driver's seat. This particular incident occurred as Terry Dwayne Ashford was approached by the Muslims on the bus route this morning, and here we saw it coming. We swapped to the other side of the street to get away from the really thin Muslim that appeared to have been in the footsteps for footage and for crime scenes following Terry Ashford. We dipped them by going down the street to the next street parallel to Georgia Avenue, coming back up to this street, and we came up on Girard Street. And this is what we see is happening as we did all of that. What do you think all that is about right now? Trading? I'm Terry Ashford reporting it for you. Trading on whose presence? Do you understand you're trading, falling behind a journalist who can flash you in your little orange and black suit of papeterie right here in this blue sedan vehicle? Do you know you're following a journalist who can flash you and cease all of your mess for you right now, for your little Hispanics? And that is exactly what we are doing. Here has been disrespectful to the American people, or to, in this particular case, an American, which is not, I'm sure it's not what you thought you was coming to America to do, or to get caught doing, while it may have been your intention for coming right on over the border. We're sniping it for you because it's indecent to be doing this. It's immoral to be doing this. And it's not right. And that is the reason, if you ever ask yourself, why are they trying to deport us? Why are they trying to get us out of here? It is this, the reason why we're trying to get you out of here. You came over here having dropped out of a horse's ass onto the ground of dirt, and you grew up by raising yourself. And you bring in immoralities, demonic behavior, bad behavior, health issues to America by doing this. You're right now a behavioral threat to the American society by being here as a whole. Because it appears that all of you, as you drink out of that all of you immigrants coming over here doing this, it's a threat to the American people, particularly to the Americans who was born and raised here with morals and decency. You see, with our parents who sent us to school and taught us and told us to learn and to be something, you're a threat to those little boys. Threat to those little girls and those little boys who are walking around like this, being something according to the dream, the American dream that you want. But the problem is you want to steal it. But it is the fact that you want the American dream, but you're trying to steal it. You're trying to steal it from those in a stereotypical view of your interpretation are the black boys, are the minority. The families of the minorities, the majority spick from their own land was supposed to come over and infiltrate the American society and steal and take through bullying, badgering, indecencies and immoral behavior health issues, psychological issues that you see as fighting a war. Fighting a war of you trying to take somebody else's, it ain't even your land. That's what we see here. That's why we're reporting it for you. Because you're fighting a war, you're coming over here trying to steal. It ain't even yours to steal from the beginning. That's why we're doing it like this for you. These are black people that was born here and raised here. They don't have no home other than America. So they are Americans. They ain't like you. You have a home or somewhere in some Hispanic world that you should go back to live, if that is the way you want to live. You shouldn't be over here bothering these American people, trying to steal from them. You should not be over here bothering American people, trying to steal from them. And that's what we're talking about. So you can get an understanding why we want such as you deported. Because first of all, your green card criteria is not met by the mere fact that you're carrying it out like this. It's not met. And in the green card criteria, I think it's given time for you to get those green card activities in order. And you ain't doing nothing to do that, but opening up your hood to every black man that walk past and turn up your little black cup on him, tell him you want to swallow whatever juice he got to give you. That's what you're doing. And that's the reason why we stopped here at this Nissan. light blue Nissan vehicle driven by a Hispanic male. Height is about 5'6" to 5'7", wearing orange undershirt with a black on top. Just turned his hat backwards and appears to be in a scheme. I'm Terry Ashley reporting for you, informing you on why there's a deportation mission in store for you. And this is why. Understand the laws and the decisions we are making in our political system that you came here probably to abuse. I'm Terry Ashford, Terry Dwayne Ashford, all for you.
Terry Dwayne Ashford, his shirt now brings you news, sports, fashion, lifestyle, beauty on the Wilma. Yeah, Wilma. Wilma's Prince, right here. For street now. Yeah. So that meeting with Wayne Enterprises of the slain Black American woman, and I'm her son.
Okay. Time for the plug-in here, please.
Okay, now it's Terry Ashford here. We're here with you on May 7, 2026. Time right now is 7:24 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we wanted to put a halt here for a second, just to say something to the report that we've already prepared for you. We want to say that yes, I guess we're kind of hurt. At the killings. At the killings that thought it could be soothed over with hush money and bribes and promises. You killed somebody. And I have to say that I feel like I'm a little traumatized because I can't get over it. It's been periods of time that probably those who didn't care about their mother probably would have gotten over this by now, but we want to share with you how evil the evils are about this money ordeal, which we're going to attack and tackle for you. We can't just get over a killing, an assassination that was done behind our backs in order to achieve us, the individual, and take them, and then you turned around and did what you did in bullying behavior and attacking. It's not something that can be done in the snap of a finger. So we do plan here, once we get these things back rolling again, first objective for ourselves is to get counseling. It is not grief. It is tragedies. A tragic mental intervention of our lives. You killed somebody that the person loved for you to try to achieve the person. And your little crime scenes about money want to pretend like that is nothing, and haven't done anything to have tried to assist in getting the mental counseling that Terry Dwayne Ashford needs, and who has said it for himself. Anytime something like this happens, such a tragedy, dramatic sake, hidden and a secret and done in the eyes of the individual, anybody knows that counseling probably is going to be needed. Terry Dwayne Asher, that's me talking to you. I'm him. I'm the son of Wilma. That Wilma defined her as her prince, as her heir that was kept from me, where the police department killed instead. But before they killed her, they instructed the family members to steal the properties that belonged to me in the will and the heir for the sake of thieving. And guess what has happened since then? Since the killings and whatever has happened, I don't know whether they're killed, family members are dead, whether they are alive down in Mississippi running some business or something that they were trying to get for money, or if they're in their graves or in jail cells. I have no clue. No police officer has told me anything. We want to reflect that to you in this report this morning. And we want to reflect that we believe that they did not haven't told me because of the stolen deeds. The deeds that were stolen from Wilma's safe and mortgaged the unique barbershop by my brother, who was supposed to have gotten my cousin on the other side of the family to pose as me and a Rick Ross. See, my cousin was supposed to give them the justification and the alibi, saying that he was to take over for me as Rick Ross, as Uncle Robert's grandson, when this is Agnes' side of the property owned to Wilma that was supposed to come to Wilma's heir. They were supposed to swap me for Joanna's grandson in fraud, in stealing, and in thieving. And that was done by the jealousy of the Asher family under Wilma that hated their own mother, in which we're asking for the deeds back. Not just asking, we're going to demand it and we're going to file the lawsuits. We need to have that unique barbershop closed immediately. And that means today, any funds, any profit or revenue made from that unique barbershop, we're going to go after it. From the time that we found out that the stolen deeds is what mortgaged that barbershop, that's what we plan to do. And we're sorry about that. But you know you was wrong in carrying that out even for white people. See, the white people didn't like Wilma because Wilma was the property owner, the last remaining property owner of the plantation, owned by Minerva, Modine, Les Newsom, and all that. Wilma was the property owner that the white people wanted to be and were attacking. And from Wilma is Wayne, where the white people wanted Wayne to spite Wilma, and Wayne says no. Obama offered Terry Dwayne Ashford hush money.
Some of those bills. Here, Terry Dwayne Asher is bringing this to you for Street Now. With all of these international tags or out-of-state tags, you're carrying out the plots of butt-fucking seeking for the Muslim plot that's been placed to get it in. To that get it in that butt-fucking is what we're talking about. And that butt-fucking is for the white crimes, those honkies that want to get in on everybody's household so that they can spy and steal and fuel the white empire societies. Street Now News and that media, Wilma Wayne Enterprises, we don't appreciate that type of activity, behavior, health issue, psychological issue, weakness, and illiteracy. We don't appreciate you putting nobody to follow us, and in order to follow us, and in order to fuel a white community, a white society, on the black people. We call that racism, and if you don't call it racism, we asking that you change your mind, reevaluate what you're doing, reevaluate your actions, and make a determination as to whether your actions this morning is happening because of race. You chose Terry Dwayne Ashford to follow and to do all of this to attack the smaller of the smartest of the other race and to steal. And then you called stealing, sharing, immoral, indecent, and totally out of the class, ringing of what Wilma would like to see. That's why you got Wilma Wayne, that media, bringing it to you, bringing it, so you can get it, be with it, love it, so you got it here from Wilma first. And now I'm her prince, who's known as Wayne. Prince Wayne, now the new crown king, as you killed Wilma for your white ploys. All these white people, you don't think you understand. You're white, just like your Hispanic counterpart said. But getting onto the bus right there at the Missouri Avenue, I'm white. And you see feeling from blacks. You don't understand what you see, what we see, and you have a plan in doing. You implemented evil, and you carried it out, and you killed, and your intentions was to continue on with executing evil upon other worlds that are not yours. You executed evil upon the world, and you had plans of continuing that forever and ever and ever and ever and ever, fueling your white empire. By doing what? Abusing the blacks, following the smartest and the smallest of the blacks. You hoped to have gotten it in. And blacks have set up that day trap house, and we've gotten it in on you whites. Yeah, we have. And you want to now say you're flourishing and you're talking race. But who started talking this race? Who started stealing on race? Who started lying on race, saying what you see is stealing is not stealing, it's sharing. You're stealing as the atheist, stealing from everybody and distributing it out to those who side with you. And you're stealing other people's properties. Is what the white man is doing. And the white man is stealing your property, saying he's sharing your shit with others before you even get a chance to benefit from your own shit. That's the honky that we're talking about right here that has been squashed by Terry Dwayne Ashford. We're watching your every move, honky. Your sharing is stealing, spying, and surveillancing. You're spying on people, and then you're saying to share what you see in terms of the technical creativity and development. You share that before the person you're spying on even have the chance to develop. You're spying on people, hunky. That's what we were talking about here. And then you're developing what he or they are developing before they do it by putting it on an assembly line and giving instructions on what you saw when you were snooping. Snoopy-doo, Snoopy-doo. My father and mother were extremely smart. I'm assuming they have saw this from the beginning. You're now attacking the son of those who has always beaten you. And you thought you were smart. That's what offends us. You thought you were so smart. And you're so dumb. effort that you're seeing here in journalism by Terry Dwayne Ashford to carry out these reports for you, to help you as the world see what is really going on. Using the technology advantage, where you have a part of the world that is stealing and spying on people. And the spying tactic is trying to force your praise to put one of you in their house so that they can place those spying bugs. That's what we know. And that is why we've defied your little pussy. The pussy is working with the spies of the white world, forcing marriage. Once they're in, guess what happens? Right there, you have all of the spy technology placed inside your home to steal from the blacker community and the blacker man specifically, hoping to become strong. That is what we are reporting for you. Right now, we've arrived at 2711 Georgia Avenue, approaching Howard Place at Georgia Avenue and walking. And we are enjoying having to bring this to you. Looks like the cloudy skies still may deliver us some rain today, as we're looking at some of the mayor candidates' posters walking along the street. Kenyon McDuffie, he says he fight and deliver for all in D.C. I think he has won a couple of offices here in D.C. He's up for the election day, in which we reported for you. It's going to be on June 16th, 2026. That's brought to you by Street Now News, diving into those politics for you. Here we have the Arc Turk there, a sign right here where they want you to visit the D.C. City Mall area. Okay, and I'm Terry Ashford, giving a shout out to everyone on this morning. For Street Now News. This particular report started from the Muslim black man trying to change the successful planning of a child named Terry Dwayne Ashford and steal him. And when they couldn't do that all his life, they then killed his mother, and with his siblings killed his mother with the promise to them, his siblings, that they would get to be him. They stole the inheritance while Wilma, my mother, was alive through the safe deeds stolen from the safe of my mother, where my mother did not tell me, but just told me she has a gift for me. The gift that was for me was I was the heir to the properties. And guess what the siblings did? They went about to steal it before they killed her to take the properties.
Do you want to know who told me about it all? The brother that I hated more than all of them. It was Perry, who told me about the will, where it was, what they had planned, and how they had planned to do it. And that is when I saw it and everything that my mother had done. She wouldn't tell me because she didn't know if I was going to become a criminal and try to kill her for the properties that she'd already willed to me in my inheritance. And them knowing that, and he even told and instructed and coerced and threatened her not to tell me. That's when they were supposed to steal the properties before I was to get it by killing her. That's something terrible, isn't it? That is something extremely terrible. It's the world order definition of grave murders. They murdered a woman for the properties. And grave worldwide, I mean, it is the satanicism of that. And it is just amazing. It's just amazing. I definitely seek counseling for the tragedy and to move on with my life. But I am almost for certain that my life can't move on without the counseling that they've tried to keep from me and opting for greed instead. That is the most terrible thing the white people could have tried to do. And it was done because we were black.
We want to put it out there so you would know how it was done and how they had planned for it to be done. My mother, by some government rule, had to define the heir.
We're going to interrupt once more, and we're going to tell you that they would not have done this to a white family at all. They intended, the white people intended to be so cruel that it would be grave by world order, and it had to be done to a black family by the whites. And we want you to know what we know about that.
Heir to the plantation, the properties that was owned by Modena Agnes on Mississippi's land, state land, that was owned before they killed her to take the properties. We want to put it out there so you would know how it was done and how they had planned for it to be done. My mother, by some government rule, had to define the heir to the plantation, the properties that was owned by Modena Agnes Minerva as the last plantation on Mississippi's land, state land, that was owned by blacks. Minerva, Modena, down to my grandma on. We want to put it out there so you would know how it was done and how they had planned for it to be done. My mother, by some government rule, had to define the heir to the plantation, the properties that was owned by Modena Agnes Minerva as the last plantation on Mississippi's land, state land, that was owned by blacks. Minerva, Modena, down to my grandma, Aunt Agnes, my Uncle Robert, and then to Wilma. Now it's owned by me. That particular inheritance was defined when I was a child, but I wasn't supposed to know because it would keep me humbled in humility. But not only that, it would have protected Wilma from me growing up to be a criminal and kill her for the properties. So they hid the fact that Terry Dwayne Ashford was the heir to the properties. Yeah, when mother ceases her life. The only ones that knew that were the family members, the brothers and the sisters, and the father. They all agreed to it and pushed that Wilma did not tell Terry Dwayne Ashford so that they could invade the properties by killing her. You see, by killing Wilma and by not telling Terry Dwayne Ashford that he was the heir, they was then supposed to take all of the properties and give it away. All of the properties and give it away before they killed Wilma and before Wayne, Wilma's prince, knew that he was the heir from the beginning. So when they killed Wilma, they had to first take the properties first and mortgage it off, put it under deeds. They took the deeds from the safe.
That was stealing.
And mortgaged off the barber shop.
That was the
hold
stealing.
of the properties while Wilma was alive and while Wayne didn't know. And then they...
That right there was the stealing that was done by Carolyn in Coldwater and Carlos that was supposed to steal the properties and before Terry Dwayne Ashford got a hold to the properties. Coldwater was is the problem of Tate County, where Carolyn attacked Perry with Coldwater at the Coldwater football game, where Carolyn received rewards of a house in Coldwater when Wilma gave Carolyn and Pee Wee, that's Thomas Davis, a home on the properties. It was Coldwater who was supposed to benefit, and Coleman, an officer of Coldwater that worked on behalf of FOP, to have done all this to the Ashford family. The Coleman of Coldwater, the officer FOP that showed Terry Dwayne Ashford a gun that he called a Glock, gave the little nerdy son of Wilma a new word that he could use in his writing, a Glock, and that was done by Officer Coleman, who was Carlos's, the criminal's picked wife, match-made wife, Sheila Coleman, match-made to Homecoming, which represented Wilma. It was Coldwater who did it. Coldwater who attacked Perry, who is the brother of Terry, who told Terry. And it was Coldwater and Coleman mapped to Vic Coleman of Terry Dwayne Ashford's orientation at Memphis State University. I'm Terry Ashford bringing it to you here. I'm going to get it started back, try to close this report out for you shortly.
Killed Wilma. They killed her with the properties under mortgage of the stolen deeds. The deeds were stolen from Wilma's safe. The siblings were mad and jealous. They decided to get rid of the properties before Wayne Ashford knew that the properties were his. Included in those properties were an R, the land of the plantation that was owned by Modena, where Terry Dwayne Ashford was become the minister and the preacher of the church of the plantation and the church of the slaves. It was supposed to be Terry Dwayne Ashford of Hopewell Missionary Baptist Church that was supposed and defined by Minerva and Modena under the spirituality of the Indians and under the spirituality of the black slave owners. Terry Dwayne Ashford was supposed to be the pastor of Hopewell Missionary Baptist Church. And that particular deed was stolen on Wilma's death certificate. On July 14th, Carolyn Bernice Ashford, Fort Coldwater, strolled back down and rushed into Mom's safe to have gotten the last deed for that part of the properties where Terry Dwayne Ashford was supposed to be given the 10 or so acres of front land as the house. And he was supposed to know that only that part was supposed to be what was supposed to be willed to Terry Dwayne Ashford, which was a lie. It was supposed to be the whole thing. And now we're getting it back and closing the barbershop that has mortgaged the land on stolen deeds of the plantation. I'm Terry Ashford, reporting it for you. The deeds were supposed to be stolen before Wilma was killed. And Wilma was supposed to be told and threatened not to tell Terry Dwayne Ashford that he was the heir and her prince. And they were supposed to keep the properties, which is why the Washington, D.C. Metropolitan Police has not told Terry Dwayne Ashford where his family members have been stashed or where the grave sites are, because they plan to keep the land of the plantation for the white people, and we sniped it for them.
Oh my god.
We always document the dates and the time because they plan to work deceit and lie about the date in which such things were done for the evidence that we are going to submit to the courts to get our properties back, to get our deeds back. And those particular deeds to our properties could have been used to mortgage Wilma's plans. This is what Dave wanted to take Wilma's land to do some thug, low-class, third-grade educated type business.
Dave, that we have realized by the stereotypes, profile, templates, and the FOP, Dave, for Wilma, that was supposed to steal the properties for the white people, was replaced by Scott for Wayne, in which we, Terry Dwayne Ashford and Scott, we feel like we've made amends. And we know that is not going to happen. As for Scott, caring for Terry Dwayne Ashford enough to have helped him make it through these tragedies, Terry Dwayne Ashford did offer Scott an agreement to make the payments back to him. But we understand, Scott, that you couldn't accept that if the crime scenes would have then been after you. So we are still committed to making some type of payoff for you helping me. And we don't want you to ever forget that we're going to be as wrong to other people as other people has been to us. And that's why, Scott, we have appointed Scott as our... as a part of us, therefore a board chairman. He hasn't taken that position. He hasn't agreed to it nor disagreed. We only assume that he hasn't agreed to it because of the threats that will be posed against his life if we were to go ahead and take it now. So we're being smart about the ordeal. We're protecting Scott and we're protecting me, and we're going to move on, and we're going to make it through this. We are going to make it through this. We want you to be assured of that. And because we are committed to making it through it, we're already your survivors. We're going to close out this report for you right now here from Street Now News here in Washington, D.C.
To Wilma's enterprise that is on take Wilma's land to do some thug, low-class, third-grade educated type business.
That's what Dave was supposed to do to Wilma when he was placed to replace Sammy, who tried to take Wilma's properties through marriage. Wilma divorced him. Sammy wouldn't even give her a divorce. She went ahead and they said that Wilma was married to two men. It's just like Tina. Because Sammy, the black man, wouldn't give a divorce because he wanted the properties. He didn't want Wilma. He didn't want Wilma. Wilma knew that. And so Wilma divorced him. When he wanted to be the king of the properties of the plantation, he was denied. He put the little black people gang after Wilma. And Wilma had his son, Sammy Jr. And they had planned to kill her, to win the properties back for the black people. And I'm Terry Ashford. I'm reporting for that. Is where Sammy Jr. changed his name to June, mapped to my birthday that was stolen of my birth certificate. I'm Terry Ashford reporting that for you.
This to Wilma's enterprise that is owned by Terry Dwayne Ashford. Wilma Wayne Enterprise as Wilma's prince. Dave was supposed to beat Wilma with Wilma's own properties. Being a man, a black man, a Muslim, attacking a black woman. And that's the problem right there.
I'm Terry Ashford, bringing it to you from Washington, D.C. Okay, Terry Ashford here. We're closing out this report here on this Thursday morning, May 7th, 2026 at 8:06 a.m. Eastern Standard Time here from the Howard Place entrance there at the DC Park Recreation. They're at the Bleachers Stadium, as we've called it, which is the bleachers of the Maury Wills baseball field in Washington, D.C., the remote site here. I'm Terry Dwayne Ashford. I'm a little hurt here, yeah. I'm a little hurt. My heart hurts all the time. Goes back and forth, all the time. And they had even refused me counseling because they wanted the money so bad. And that is so terrible. I'm Terry Ashford, off the air. Schooling you. And guess what? We're schooling you without guns. Instead, with cameras. Take a picture of it. Go ahead, take a picture. Go ahead, take a picture, because this is how it's supposed to be done. I'm Terry Ashford, son of Wilma, off the air. This May 7th, 2026 report was brought to you by Terry Dwayne Ashford himself. That's the son of assassinated Wilma, where there is proof of hush money and of elections that was overturned, where crime scenes gave the election to someone in order to kill. And there you have the hush money. And there you have Hillary Clinton's campaign overturned by hoodlumism of pussy crimes. I have to pull myself back for using those words. If this is going to go down as national history, and it has. I'm Terry Ashford, all for you. Produced, managed, and directed by me, myself, and I, Terry Dwayne Ashford, all for you. The voice you're hearing right now is that of Terry Dwayne Ashford, all for you, that son of Wilma. And this was done for WATL Talk Broadcast and WLR Live Radio. There you have a white woman, another hunky white woman right here, dressed in color codes purple and maroon, using her watch to send signals to the cloud. Just as Nadal digs up in his ass for crime scenes of the Spanish.